Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here and you enjoy content on designer bags, luxury content, luxury experiences, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button to be notified of the next time I post a video. If you are returning, thank you so much for joining me once again. Really appreciate your support. And today I just want to take a few minutes and talk about the Louis Vuitton Neverfull in the GM size. I'm actually also going to talk about it in the MM size, just a spoiler alert. It's one that I had previously had and sold. And I really wanted to focus today's video. I know there's a lot of videos out there on Neverfull reviews. So really my focus for this video was more to talk about why I got the bag personally, why it works for me, those I think should get the bag, those I think who should think more about it before they get the bag, and if I think it's a good investment or not. So let's kick off. So this is the Louis Vuitton Neverfull in the GM size. So they produce these bags in 3 different sizes. They have the PM, that's a small size, the petite, the MM, and the GM. And this is the largest size that you'll find. And you can see, if I hold it up in front of my face, huge bag. It really is. I wouldn't say the Neverfull, somehow I still manage to fill it up every time I use it, but in terms of just the most space for any bag that I have in my collection, this is it. What do I use this for? And why did I originally purchase this bag? So this bag I purchased back in 2016. At the time I was commuting in Manhattan to and from the office. I would carry my laptop, maybe a long sleeve or a sweater to go into work with, my breakfast or lunch for the day, along with my wallet, my keys, chapstick, gum, anything like that. So I needed a big bag with a lot of space. Now, before purchasing the GM size, I had actually about a month or 2 prior, I purchased the Neverfull, the Damier in the MM size. And I thought that was going to make more sense because at the time I was like, okay, what can I use as an everyday bag, but then also be big enough to carry stuff, to and from work and, really be able to utilize for commuting with everything that I had that I would carry along with me. So I had purchased the MM size. And I used that for about a month. I love the Damier print in this. I really couldn't go wrong with that. But what I realized is it just wasn't enough space. And that's a good sizable bag. In combination with, I really didn't end up using it as an everyday bag either. I felt like for me personally, I don't love using a tote bag as an everyday bag, especially one that the only type of closure is this snap here. I really like to be able to close my bags, especially depending on where I'm going, feel more secure, that it's not very easy to get into. And honestly, when this is over my shoulder, I really feel like anyone could just reach in and grab some things out. Now, have I ever had a problem with that or an experience with that? No. But that's always been just a little bit of a hesitation of mine with carrying this bag. And personally, I don't like to be limited how I'm carrying a bag. So with the tote bags, you have to carry it over your shoulder or you could hold it in your hand. And depending on the weight of it, it's definitely how much I stuff it up, it's definitely over my shoulder. So after about a month, maybe 2 months of the MM size, I just realized that it wasn't big enough. Although it was a good size for commuting, I always had it a little bit overstuffed. I really couldn't use it as a weekend bag because there really wasn't enough space in it. And I wasn't using it as a day-to-day bag. So I ended up going back to the store and getting the monogram version in the GM size. And I'm actually really glad I ended up getting the monogram canvas for this bag. I do really like the Damier also, but considering that now I ended up purchasing an artsy bag in the Damier, I just really like, especially if I use this for travel, which I always do, I really like having the monogram print. One of the reasons too is I just think a lot of the Louis Vuitton, I don't have them by the way, but I think a lot of the Louis Vuitton travel pouches are just so adorable. And I want to get more of them in the monogram print. So if I'm traveling, they just all match, and not that they need to, it's kind of silly. I'll probably end up getting them in different prints anyways, but I do like having the monogram print in the GM size for what I use it for now. So I no longer commute. to and from Manhattan. Now I live just north of Dallas, Texas, and I work 100% remote. So what do I use this bag mostly for now? I use it for travel. And I also used it a bit when my daughter was younger and there were more things that I was carrying around on a regular basis. Going to restaurants, carrying, a coloring book and crayons or diapers or wipes or all those things. It was really useful to have this bigger size. So here's my thing with the So I ended up selling that not too long ago. It was on my shelf forever. I kept thinking like, oh, I need to use this bag more. Oh, I need to use this bag more. And I just never got use out of it. So I ended up selling it and getting the artsy bag, which I'm really glad I made that decision for myself. Just because, like I said, it wasn't really my style. The tote style isn't so much my style for an everyday bag. It's more for, summer, going down to, a beach, or, if you're getting lunch outside and then walking around and you want to have something where you could carry a few things. I see more of a use in it for that. I do love this. I love it, love it, love it for travel. It is almost always my carry-on bag. I just find that it has just enough space to carry everything that I need to have travel size. So that includes having a kid who's potty training, along with, passports and all those types of things, but also being able to have just enough space to fit the clothes that you just need, just in case your bags don't arrive. This covers it for me. So one of the reasons I wanted to do this video was I was having a chat with my cousin who recently went to Paris, and she was buying her first Louis Vuitton bag in the Louis Vuitton store in Paris. So that was so exciting for her. And I had so much fun chatting with her beforehand. But before she went, she had kind of wanted a Neverfull for a very, very long time. And I was asking her about what size she wanted to get. And she's like, well, I probably want to get, and this is her first Louis Vuitton bag, by the way. She's like, I probably want to get the size because I want to be using it on a regular basis. And I gave her my feedback, and I said, look, in all honesty, I just think they have, if you're looking for a regular everyday use bag and you don't have a ton of stuff to carry, I don't know that the Neverfull is what I would recommend, just because, I personally would want a bag that is not so large in size, that I know that I can close securely, that I could wear maybe over my shoulder or crossbody, and has a little bit more versatility for an everyday bag. And she ended up not getting the Neverfull. She ended up getting a gorgeous new bag. I think it's called the Passy. I'll link it so you can see it, because it's such a great. I thought she just made such a good decision on one of those first bags that you would get. Sometimes you'll read articles. If you Google which Louis Vuitton bag should I get, if you're new to buying designer bags and Louis Vuitton and you're thinking, okay, I want to be smart about my investment in my first bag, you might see the Neverfull come up. You'll probably see the Speedy, and you'll probably see the Alma, which are all great bags. The Speedy and the Alma, I would say, would probably get more everyday use than the Neverfull, depending. I mean, you might be someone who carries a tote bag a lot, so you probably would get a lot out of it. But I just think the size and the versatility of those bags are a little bit more than what you get with the Neverfull. And I mean, all of these bags have great resale value. When I purchased this bag in 2016, I want to say it was about $1,300. Now it's over $2,000 for this bag. In all honesty, though, I would buy it again, and I would buy it at retail. I mean, I think you could get some great ones at great prices on the resale market, but I don't think I think it is a bag that you'll end up keeping forever. At least I think it's a bag that I'll end up keeping forever. Recently I learned that you can take any of your Louis Vuitton bags in and you can get the vachetta replaced if it gets too patinaed. I love the patinaed look, so I actually love how it looks right now, but in 5-10 more years it might look a little too brown for my liking, and then I could just get it replaced. So that's fine. You also, inside the bag, I know I showed it clipped before, it does come with this great pouch, which I really do love the bag for this pouch. I can't tell you how much I use this pouch as a little wristlet, as a standalone. Anytime I'm running to Costco, grocery store, jumping in the car to go grab something, this is how I constantly have it. Plus it doesn't take up so much space. If you have a passenger in your car, you can just shove it in the middle of the seats. You get this nice zip compartment here on the inside of the bag, which is just great for travel, especially like if you don't get an organizer, which I don't. I know a lot of people have organizers to keep the shape and keep things organized, of course, but I'll throw some of the things I need in here and some of the things I'm looking for easy access in the zip part, and then everything else can go in the main part. That's absolutely fine for me. I do think this bag is a great investment. I do think if you're looking for a tote bag to carry a lot of things around, it is a great choice. But however, I also think that the GM size is really the only size if you're carrying a lot of stuff or you're looking for a travel bag. I think it's really the smartest size to go with. Like I said, I ended up regretting my purchase and going back for the GM. So I do think it's the smartest purchase in that regard. I think it is a great investment bag. But if you're just getting your first Louis Vuitton bag and you're looking for something to carry every day that you're excited about, that fits into your lifestyle, I'd probably recommend some others over this one as a first one. Like I said, if travel's your main priority, if commuting is something that you're looking to do every day with this bag, I think it's great. But for an everyday bag, I think they have better options out there. So I hope this video was helpful. If you have any questions, please comment with them down below. Any thoughts if you have this bag and you just get more use out of it in different ways or different sizes and really like it, would love to hear about it and would love for you to share those thoughts. So appreciate you tuning in today, and I'll talk to you later.